Patrick, you just tweeted you have a love-hate relationship with the stadium down there in Miami. Describe that relationship for us.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the love part. I mean, we've won the Super Bowl here, and we've just clinched the AFC West. And so it seems like every time we leave the stadium, we have a hat of some type of thing we've accomplished. But then the hate part, I feel like I have half my interceptions, it seems like, at this stadium. So obviously a little bit of a joke. I mean, whatever way we win football games, I love it. But at the same time, it was just it's just ironic that it had to be at the stadium.
Let's go next to Matt McMullen. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Patrick. I want to ask you about the fourth down play. Can you walk us through that play? And also, what's it mean to you that Coach trusts you to throw the ball in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, it just comes with the experience of being in those situations before. He knows I'm going to make the right decision. If it's there, I'm going to take it. If not, I'm going to try to find a way to make it with my legs or give someone else a chance. And so we go through that stuff every single game, preparing for those situations. And I think that's why we execute at a high level when we get put in those situations. And that was the play that we had kind of went over in the meeting the night before, that we would like to go in that situation, and it worked out well.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Patrick, I'm sure you're aware of the statistics, but 4-to-1 turnover ratio today, just what does it say about the pedigree and some of the composure about you guys winning today, even though you had 4 turnovers?
It says a lot about this football team in general. It talks about how it's not just an offense, it's not just a defense, it's not just special teams. We're a complete football team that just finds ways to win in every single way. And you saw in that first half, I mean, it's 80-something degrees outside, and I'm putting the defense back on the field over and over again, and they're finding ways to get stops and keeping us in that ball game so the offense can get going. And so it just shows that we have a veteran group of guys that really understand that we just have to make sure that we keep each other accountable and keep playing for the guy next to you, and we can find ways to win football games.
Let's go next to Vahe. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Patrick. Of course, you have times where you throw an interception or something goes wrong, but you've really rarely had like a series of things happen, kind of like it did in that first quarter. And I just wonder how you get angry. Do you get determined? What is it that kicks in? Because obviously you had something to shrug off there.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously you get angry. You don't want to turn the ball over and put your defense in that situation. At the same time, I have the ultimate confidence in the guys around me that we're going to keep battling and find ways to win football games. And kind of like I said, our defense kept us in the game. They kept getting stopped whenever they were just on the field. It seemed like the entire first quarter. And then all of a sudden we were leading at halftime. And I feel like this team plays better when their back's up against the wall, and that's a good thing to have about a football team.
Let's go next to Therese Paylor. Go ahead, Therese.
Hey, Patrick, congrats on the win, man. Quick question for you. I know when you come off the field, you're focusing on getting your offense together, going over strategy with the coaches and your teammates. But I'm curious if you were able to watch any of Tua at all. What are your impressions of him so far in his career? And also kind of the competitiveness of the Dolphins as they kept fighting and staying in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they're a well-coached football team. They have a lot of guys that love to compete, and they're going to fight until the very end. And you've seen that on film week after week. And so it's a good football team that'll probably be in the playoffs, and a team that will be a hard team to take out in the playoffs. And so for us, we just continue to get better and better. And then as far as with Tua, I think he's that I kind of talked about it earlier this week, but that veteran mindset, you can see that when they were down in that game, he didn't try to force it. He just took what was there and moved the ball down the field and found a way to get the game close. And so he's going to continue to learn more and more, continue to get better and better. And it's a bright future for the Miami Dolphins. Just hopefully not too bright.
We got time for a couple more guys. We'll go with Sam and then Adam. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick, it really seemed like the Dolphins had a concentration on Tyreek Hill today. And I know you've seen a lot of teams that have done that, but what were you seeing from their defense? And does it give you an extra sense of satisfaction when you still are able to beat a double team like you were on that 44-yard touchdown?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. I mean, there was a lot of double teams, a lot of safety over the top of them, and then they have a great corner in Xavier Howard on him as well. And so I'm still going to trust him to make plays. I'm going to throw it whenever he gets the opportunity. And I mean, I think it's more about him knowing that he's getting kind of taken out of the offense, of still just maintaining and continue to work. And then all of a sudden he has a jet sweep for a touchdown and a big play for a touchdown. And it's him being a veteran and knowing that we're going to get him the ball in some way if he continues to work. And he did a good job of that today.
I'm going to go last to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Patrick, you don't know anything but AFC West championships since you've been with the Chiefs, but it hasn't always been that way in their history. You take a minute, understanding you have bigger goals. You take a minute to appreciate this championship and what you guys have accomplished the last couple of years?
100%. I mean, I've been lucky enough to be brought into an organization that's been able to win the AFC West every year I've been here, but I still appreciate it every single time. I mean, these things don't come easy. You have to battle every single offseason. You have to battle every training camp. During the season, you go through adversity. So you have to really appreciate winning the AFC West. We'll enjoy it probably for the flight over back to Kansas City, and then we get to play the New Orleans Saints next week, who's a great football team. And so we'll have to move on fast and continue to go out there and just compete and find ways to get better going into the playoffs.